Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be my 2024 sketchbook tour. I know I am late. I was supposed to make this video a long time back, and finally today is the day. I'm very excited to show you the sketchbook because it's a bit special for me because it was just last year that I actually started painting on sketchbooks and I enjoyed it so much. So I want you to also take some inspiration from my sketchbook spreads, and if you feel that it was helpful, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And without wasting any time, it's going to take a while because it is like about 80 pages and I've painted front and back on all of them. So yeah, so I'm super excited. I hope you will enjoy it, and let's dive in. All right, let's do this. And so before I start flipping, I just want to talk a bit about the sketchbook. So this one's from a brand called Minora. It's available on Amazon. It's an Indian brand, and it is a mixed media sketchbook. I mean, if you see the paper, it's not watercolor paper, but I still managed to do a lot of my watercolors on this because I think it took the paint and water really well, and I could blend and mix and also did some wet on wet. So I think that was a plus point for the sketchbook. And definitely, if you want to try it out, I can provide a link on the description to the sketchbook. You can check it out. Okay, all right, let's start the first page. Okay, so here's the date where I started. It was 26th of June 2024, and the first page was just the first page, and I was just trying to paint something loose and pretty and beautiful. And so I thought I'll just try out these color combinations. So these are sakura flowers, also known as cherry blossoms, and just did a very loose style of playing with some colors. Okay, then yeah, this is also one of my favorite spreads. This was the second page indeed, but I really liked the fullness of this page, especially with all the flowers. And this one was actually inspired from one of my favorite artists who also has a YouTube channel, and he paints a lot of these loose florals. I don't remember the name now, but if I do, I'll list it in the description. You can check it out. And so yeah, this was some dahlias, and these were probably some hydrangeas. This one I really love. Next, yeah, this is again the same way, but I was again trying out the same style. So this at this point I was still trying to figure out the sketchbook, like how the paper flow, how the paint kind of flows and bleeds and stuff. So this is still the initial playing around. Okay, and I think for this one I used some color pencils. Yeah, this was also same way. I was still in that same form of painting loosely. This is also one of my favorite spreads. I like it a lot, especially I think this would work really well on some kind of a wallpaper or a notebook cover or stuff like that. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed painting this. Okay, this I didn't. I don't like this a lot, but still, now that it's there, um, I was trying out roses on the sketchbook for the first time, and it didn't really work out. So while I kept painting on the sketchbook slowly, it kind of came to me, and that the technique of how to paint roses on this paper. So I think in the later part of the sketchbook, you see that I did manage to paint roses on the sketchbook. And yeah, these are some tulips. Okay, this was again, I was trying to follow the same color palette, And here I have used pencils, color pencils and watercolor both, and I actually like this. So this is lilacs in a teacup, and here I did some pansies, and then again some lilacs here. So yeah, I think I wrote something about lilacs. They are also known as syringa, native to woodland, grows in temperate climate. Okay, yeah, but I like this. All right. Next, okay, another page which I don't like, but then it was just those one of those doodle pages. Again, I was trying out roses, it didn't work out. Then again, here I was trying out a dahlia. I think this was for an Instagram reel, and just managed to do something and didn't work out, so I just left it there. All right, next, yeah, I think this is again a favorite page of mine. I think I've posted this on my Insta profile as well. um I was trying to follow in that same color palette pattern with um with this green and the pink contrast, and I think it worked out really well. So yeah, I kind of like this one a lot. Towards the later part of the sketchbook, you'll notice that I painted a lot of flowers in a vase, so that will be a common thing. Yeah. Next up, yes, this is also another one of my favorite spreads. I like it. Especially, I like it because I was kind of trying to keep the similar thing on both the pages. And here I did some sunflowers. Now, this was when I was trying out the wet on wet technique, and for some reason the sketchbook did take up water really well, so I was quite excited. And although it doesn't really exactly behave like the cotton paper, but it's not that bad either. I mean, I could still manage to do, like, if you see here, I got a lot of beautiful bleeds around here and even for the sleeve as well. So yeah, that was kind of nice. It was refreshing. This is again a sunflower. Okay, here, okay, things went a bit different here. Now here I just did another still life with, I was trying to capture reflection, trying painting glass and stuff. So I like this. This I really liked a lot. And this one also, again, my trying to paint roses again, and I did manage to paint, but then again, I wasn't very satisfied with the kind of the sharp lines here, because that's not how I like roses to be. I like the roses to be very soft and very ethereal. But then it's okay. I had to give myself time. I had to understand the paper and the sketchbook. So yeah, this is actually a reel, I think, for this one on my Insta. Okay, next. This is interesting. This also is one of my favorite spreads. I like it because I was trying to study shadows. I was so fascinated by light and shadow, and to be honest, I'm still fascinated by light and shadow. And it's like a constant struggle, constant endeavor for me to learn light and shadow. And here I purposely did these room structures because I really wanted to understand perspective and lines and things like that. These references were, by the way, from Pinterest. They are, I have to be really honest with you. Yes, I use Pinterest a lot, and sometimes it's just that's the easiest way to go about. So, yeah. Yep. Next is, okay, yeah. This is also interesting. Here again, I'm trying to paint shadows, but it's not working out here, but that's okay. This, I like it a lot. This is actually a master copy painting from one of my favorite watercolor artists called Joy Six. Um, she's just amazing. Her landscapes are gorgeous. Okay, and I actually wrote here a copy study from a painting by Joy Six. So I the whole point of copy study is that you really get to learn so much, especially with colors and the way how she keeps the freshness of her paintings. It is so amazing. Love it. I just love her paintings. So I love it so much that I couldn't help myself and I had to like try it myself. Right. So yeah. This was a flower bouquet. I think I painted a flower bouquet after really long. So, and this actually I named it Scenes from a Dream. And I purposely wanted to keep a flower bouquet, again roses here, but I like these roses, maybe because they had this really soft element and the soft feel, the softness. So yeah, I enjoyed that. This I really like. Ah, okay. This was another Joyce Hicks painting copy, and this also I posted on my Instagram, and actually I tagged her and she actually liked the post, so I was very excited by that. and and so yeah, so I really got to learn a lot by doing this study, copy study. And this one was not her painting, but this was again a reference, but I was trying to kind of use the same techniques that Joyce used in her paintings, and I was trying to use the same things here. But I don't know, somehow I just didn't like how the house turned out, because I wanted to keep it fresh and vibrant like this one, but it didn't turn out. Probably my choice of color. Sometimes, we really don't see it that way. We just try to copy the exact same thing that we see. That's a good thing, but sometimes we also need to take our creative liberty and kind of change some colors here and there and look at it through an artist's point of view. And maybe that's when you can put in you can capture your own style as well. So I'm going to try and do that next time. Anyway, next page. Okay, this is also one of my favorite spreads. I love this. I especially love how this vase turned out, and I was inspired for this vase from one of my vases that I have a holder which holds my brushes, and I wanted to use that again, studying light and shadow. This these roses, surprisingly, I really enjoyed painting, even though they are very loose and they did have these sharp elements, but I really enjoyed how I could manage to keep these white spaces and really kind of grab the attention of how light may be falling on them, and kind of creating this really nice feel, very, very loose, very impressionist. And yeah, I liked it. I loved it. I loved it. This one also, same way again, but here I tried to get in a bit more details compared to this one, but then again it turned out, if you can see, I did a lot of wet on wet here, and this also turned out really nice. So yeah, this was nice, this was interesting. Again, okay, this is actually something that I really love. It's so I mentioned roses by the window, a quaint little house with white curtains on a sun-filled day. So this would be like an ideal, picturesque place where there will be windows and white curtains and roses. So it's like a place where I would imagine living. So yeah, that's why I painted it. This one is, again, I think this was a reference from Pinterest, but I really wanted to capture this backlight which is coming from the window and hitting the floor and reflecting through the tablecloth. And this was a very interesting study. I know that I was not there completely yet, but it was a good attempt. Okay, now come landscapes. This was also, I think it was a reference. Um, again, next time I'm really going to have to deviate from the use of using brown. I don't want to use brown, but I'm still learning how to use other colors and make it more vibrant. Again, I copied the exact same thing what I saw on the picture, but I'm learning to use different colors. So this was my motive for this page, and this was actually inspired from my neighborhood. There, just a few blocks away, there's a stream that passes by, and there was this growth of very thick growth of trees, bamboo trees, and I kind of wanted to replicate that. Again, we used a lot of wet on wet. Okay, these were actually um, a request from a client. They wanted to get some of these winery illustrations, and these are something that I was trying out for a client. These are also some copy works. Same thing for here. This was a bunny, and they had a very vintagey theme, so that's where I was trying out these images. Okay. Okay, this one I actually really like. So this one. This was a new petal brush, good for painting trees. So this was actually I was trying a new brush, and I'll quickly show you the brush that I was using. And okay, where is it? Right, found it. So it was this one, which is like a nice angle, and with a nice sharp edge here, so I could really like go in like so and kind of make those very raw organic shape of the trees. So I enjoyed that. So I use that brush quite a lot now to paint trees. This is, I think I named it A Cottage in Tuscany. This is also from a reference, and here I use some masking fluid, which I don't really enjoy using, but then I wanted to check it out how the sketchbook works and takes up masking fluid. And I think it worked fine, although when I was trying to remove it, when I was using, there was some, some paper which was just coming off, but apart from just some minor accidents, the rest was just fine. Okay, this is also another one of my favorites. So these are poppies near the sea. So I wrote here, it's my dream to visit the poppies in real. One day soon, I will be basking in the sunlight, standing next to the ocean and watching the poppies dance in the sea breeze. Okay, that's a little something that I wrote. And here again, very loose style. I really like how it turned out. I also used scratched in some of the stems here to kind of create some texture. And I wanted to get all the poppies towards one side, because to give it this feel that they are kind of leaning towards one side because of the sea breeze. And I think I really like how this turned out. Okay, next up is, yeah, I like this too. This was inspired by Vincent van Gogh's almond blossom painting. And if you notice that I actually have an almond blossom painting print on my wall, and it was that day when I was really not inspired and I was wondering what to paint, and then I really got inspired from his painting. I saw the print and I said, hey, why not just try doing the same thing using watercolors, and I kind of tried to replicate it in his style. Yeah, I like this. I like how this turned out. Okay, flowers and baskets. So again, here I kind of got obsessed with painting baskets, and I actually like this a lot. I'm going to make some larger paintings with this one, especially with the basket falling down and flowers kind of streaming out from the baskets. I like this one. They're probably, I've written here, they're probably carnations. They have an interesting structure, simple flower with interesting structure. But they have a tendency soon to become like a blob. So you do need to use a bit of texture or some kind of detailing so that it looks like a carnation. Yeah, I like this. Okay, here is some sheep study. This is also a master copy by Ian Stewart. I think he's a British artist who paints a lot of these paddy fields and sheep and cottages of England, and I really enjoy his paintings a lot. So I was kind of trying to replicate and see if I can learn from his style of painting. And yeah, so his style of painting was also very minimal, very fresh, very vibrant, very strategic use of colors and shadows, and I actually enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot. Here I was just trying to sketch some sheep, really fat sheep, and they're kind of cute. I love sheep. Yeah. Okay, this was interesting. This I was actually inspired um, from a video that I had watched on YouTube, and this was a place called Mechuka in Arunachal Pradesh in India, which is falls in the northeastern part of India, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful valley with green grass and greenery and mountains and sheep and all of those things, and it really caught my eye so much. I loved it, and I wanted to capture a few of the scenes. These are all scenes from the video. It's just some I just wanted to, I loved it so much, and I really wanted to keep those scenes alive in my head. Especially this one, this was like on top of the mountain with grass, and the wind was blowing, and all of that grass was just kind of leaning towards one side. It was so beautiful, it captured my heart, and I had to paint this, had to. Okay, next. Okay, this is going to be a long video, so I have to hurry. Next, okay, this was also same thing again. I wanted to paint in thumbnails, but this was not from the video. These are just some random references. This was actually a collaboration with a brand, and I painted the original one in watercolor paper on my page. You can go check it out. But this was just the trial, and then this is what I did on the sketchbook, and then I painted the original one for my Insta page. Okay, this was interesting. This was actually a page that was left. I actually missed this page. Like, I just turned to the next one and I missed this page in between. And then I found out later that I just missed this page and had not painted anything. And this is just some leftover paint on my palette, and I just kind of, went in and just shooshed something. Zhooshed something. I don't know. So I like it. Here, this was interesting. This again, I was trying out water-based markers. So here I have used Ohuhu water-based markers, and I was trying to see if I can, because they were water-based, I was trying to see if they kind of give that watercolor blended effect or not. And yeah, it took me a while to figure out, but yeah, this is how it looked, and this was interesting. Something different from the watercolors that I normally paint with. Okay, this I don't like at all. This is not my favorite page. This I was trying out crayons, watercolor crayons, and no, I don't really like this page. But yeah, it's kind of there now. Same thing for this one. I don't really like this, but again, it is there, and I learn things by when I sometimes try out something and it doesn't work out, and I really learn that what not to do, and then I remember it, and then I try to not do that the next time. So it's a good way, it's a nice way actually to have something like this in a sketchbook, because it will kind of keep reminding me that this is what I made a mistake. Now you'll be asking me, what mistake did I do? Well, um, everything was a mistake. I think the whole background with the kind of the color palette and all the combinations, the flowers, was just a mess. Yeah. And then I tried to do the same thing here. These are also irises, but again tried to use the, what did I use here? Yeah, I used the color pencils. These are crayons actually. Yeah, sorry. These are crayons. Um, I think these are the Caran d'Ache ones or the Munio ones, but yeah, they're crayons. I actually liked this technique, and I'm gonna make another video or probably another painting using this technique, which is also known as the reverse technique, where you kind of first paint with watercolor and then you add details with crayons or pencils and stuff like that. So yeah, I will experiment more on this style of painting. Okay, next up, this was again a landscape, very mountainy and all that. This I don't really like that much, but it's okay. Next, this was again a landscape, um, but I normally always notice that I tend to go towards these greenish, brownish, muddy colors, and want to avoid using these colors, but again, it ends up the same way. So, I'm still learning, and I've got to change this. And these are some colors that I just wrote down. This I like. This was again a reference, and I really like how the light and the shadows of the trees, which is falling beautifully and kind of reflects like either the morning sun or the afternoon sun. um, yeah, this I like. This is also very interesting. Very bold use of colors, and I wanted to really go out there and put on colors, use colors. Okay, this was something I was trying to paint, didn't work out. You can leave it. This was some iris flowers again, but in purple. Yeah, peonies. This I think I have a picture on my Instagram. This was again flowers in a vase. Flowers in a vase. There will be a lot more flowers in a vase now. You'll see. This was interesting. I was actually trying to study movement, and I will see if I can create movement or energy in my paintings. So if I can give movement to your subject, you are actually creating energy in the painting. So this was a nice thing. I try to incorporate this a lot of times in my paintings. I'm trying to give movement, or trying to put in energy, so that way your paintings won't look very still or um, very lifeless. So this really puts in a lot of life into your paintings. Okay, this was actually watercolor and ink, and I kind of did some ink sketches. uh, of course, the house is not in perspective, it needs to be a bit like this, but it's tilted because probably, I don't know, maybe I was sleepy. I was really tired that day. This is again the same thing, but I really like how the sky turned out though. Not much the water, but the sky. Okay, this was also an interesting landscape. I really tend to lean towards these dark shades sometimes, and yeah, that's what happened here. A lot of greens, but I want to refresh my greens. I don't want that muddy green. This was again some flowers, blue and I think I also used some ink here, ink and watercolor. Okay, more ink study. This is again some landscape with ink study. And same thing here. And yeah, this is also a landscape. This is Dance of the Roses. This was again an Instagram reel. And you remember the movement thing that I was talking about? And this is what um, so that's what I was trying to create again, recreate. Okay, I'm gonna have to move a little fast now. This I really like. I loved how this turned out again. I actually took a very long break and in between, and then again I came back um, painting on my sketchbook. Again, flowers, flower vases, love it. Okay, this was I think around Christmas time, and I actually wanted to make a YouTube tutorial for this one, but somehow it just didn't work out. And this again, pink flowers in a glass vase. I actually really enjoy painting glass in watercolor. It's very interesting. These are gladiola flowers. I love this so much. I really love this. Um, I love how I don't know how this the watercolor, especially these stems just kind of going all in the little vase, but then there's a huge burst of flowers above here, and they actually look like gladiola flowers. For I didn't. I mean, you can say they're gladiolas. Yeah. This was again a Christmas inspired, holiday inspired painting. Yes, this was interesting. I have a video of this one on my YouTube channel on how I painted the Christmas teddy. Again, this one, again, I turned this a bit muddy here, which I didn't like, but it's okay. It's there. This is one of my favorite spreads on the sketchbook. I really love how this turned out, especially I think because of this lilac lavender color. It's so beautiful, and it's trying to use that same base thing. Very loose style, very impressionist. Love it. This is also, I think here the colors started getting a bit more vibrant. If you can see, this green looks so much better, and even this white. So yeah, see, there you see, this is how I you get to change the process when you keep doing it, and then you realize the mistakes, and then I really love how this turned out. So I actually wrote here improved light and shadow and perspective, better use of layers and colors, understanding depth of field. Yeah. So I like this a lot. This was again some perspective, pen sketching, trying to study some perspective in landscape. Uh, Not a fan, but again, it's there. Yeah, this is just one of those doodle pages. But I actually like the shadows here though. Okay, it's actually it's thundering here. It might rain. Okay, next page. I love this. Especially love how the sky turned out. It was so minimal, but there's something magical about this. This was I actually wrote here sukoon means peace. Sukoon means in Hindi it's peace, and I actually like the sky. It's very interesting. It has that green blue kind of feel, but here I don't know. I was trying to study shadow, but yeah, and I think I used that petal brush here. Okay, This was a different color. This was Mayan's orange, which from Daniel Smith, and I was trying to just mix that color with indigo. I think in Danthrin blue and Payne's gray, and see if I can create shadows. See, at this point, I actually took a break from painting, and see again, it was kind of difficult for me to again understand the paper. And also, the season was changing, it was getting a bit warmer, and my paint was drying out faster. So I had less playtime. Um, yeah, study of sky in different orange and gray color. Some sketches here. One solitary yellow flower stem. These are some hens. And yeah, this is the last page. This I didn't know what to paint, and at this point I also started another sketchbook where I started doing a lot of pencil drawings and human figure. And so I thought I'll just end the sketchbook with a pencil drawing and a human figure. Okay, so that's it, guys. So yeah, that's the end. All right, guys, so that was the end of my sketchbook tour, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed painting it. And if you liked the video and were inspired to paint, then do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the video, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys. And I'll see you soon again. Till then, take care and bye.